Exodus 34, 1 to the end, which is 35. So today it summarized what we read before, like the laws that God gave to like the Israelite and what they should and should not do. So God rewrote the 2 tablets. And again, it says right here that he punishes the children and their children for the sin of the parent to the 3rd and 4th generation. So I think, again, that is just the repercussion of sin, like the sin cycle in lives, unless they repent and the cycle get broken by the grace of God. And then so Moses again asked God to come with him or go with the people even though they are stiff-necked. And God said that he will drive out the people and that they should not make any treaty with them. And that it says right here that people, when they worship their other gods, they're pretty much like prostituting themselves to those gods. And I think it's talk about how like there are temple prostitutes and people are doing like committing sexual immorality in those pagan temples at that time. And yeah, talk about other things. One thing that it's like, no one is to appear before me empty-handed. So I think it's like that thing, that tithing is important so that we remember to thank God and give back to God a portion of what he has given us. So that's important. And then it seems like they have to go 3 times that pilgrimage to appear before God. So I think that is something that God told Moses to tell the people to do. Again, like how food should do not let any of the food to remain until morning, and redeem the firstborn, and do not cook a young goat and smell the milk. So these are just the same thing that God said before in greater detail, and this is just summarizing what happened, which one were repeated, I guess. And it's interesting that Moses stayed with God for 40 days and 40 nights without eating bread or drinking water. And he survived, because if we don't drink water for 3 days, I think, we die. But I guess because he was there with God, God sustained him. And it talked about how when Moses came down, his face was radiant. And I wonder, what happened to the other time when he, before he asked God to show him God's glory, before the tent of meeting, he was on talking to God also on the mountain, especially the first time where he got the commandment. So I wonder if his face was glowing then, or only after that conversation with God in the tent of meeting that we read about yesterday, that his face started to become radiant. But that's what happened from the tent of meeting conversation until afterward, that whenever he entered the Lord's presence, then he removed the veil. But after he came out, and because his face was radiant, he put the veil back on.